Jones Dairy Farm is a seventh-generation family-owned and operated company located in Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. For more than 135 years, Jones has been using real, natural ingredients, original recipes, and time-honored traditions to create distinctive and timeless products. Jones is known for producing premium, all-natural breakfast sausage, naturally smoked hams and Canadian bacon, all-natural meatballs, and dry-aged bacon. All certified gluten-free. The Alliance Française of Milwaukee is now enrolling for their winter session, which runs January 5th through March 23rd, 2025. Register now at afmilwaukee.org. Most of their classes are available on Zoom for folks who can't make it to in-person classes in Milwaukee, including group classes for adults and private lessons tailor-made to your needs and goals. Special offer for Total Beginners French 101 is only $275. Register before December 29th to also take advantage of their early bird discount of $30 adult group classes. A biento! This is CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Today, it's Thursday, so of course it's time to dish on Madison's food scene. We've got a very exciting show with the chef of one of Madison's hottest new restaurants. Before we get into that, though, I want to take a moment to ask you to join our Neighbors program. I know a lot of you out there, you Madison foodies like me, love a great meal, a great cocktail, a great time out in Madison. And you specifically come to CityCast Madison for these Thursday food combos, where you get juicy morsels on the best new restaurants, new local dishes to try, and, details behind the scenes of choices restaurateurs are making with their menus and choosing their decor. These are some of my favorite conversations that I get to have on the podcast, and I know you out there feel similarly. So, these food conversations are made possible in large part by our Neighbors membership program. Y'all, we are now in the final 48 hours of our year-end membership campaign, and we really need your help. At a time when national headlines feel overwhelming, CityCast Madison is choosing to zoom in on local, what our Madison entrepreneurs and doers are up to, because hope, unity, and connection happen at the local level. When you become a CityCast Madison neighbor, you're literally sustaining the local conversation, the curious, passionate human conversation about the city we all call home. This is the moment to step up. If you've been meaning to join, please do it now. These last couple of days truly matter. And for most Madisonians, it's affordable. Our membership is $10 a month or $100 a year, and it keeps this show going. Plus, we've got all kinds of perks like ad-free listening, invites to members-only events, and special shout-outs that you can make on the podcast. So, if you don't know, this campaign swag is a very cool CityCast Madison beanie, and you want this beanie. I am so excited about it. It's the cutest way to rep your support for local journalism when it gets chilly, aka now. So, won't you be my neighbor and sign up today? Get your CityCast Madison beanie, join our squad at membership.citycast.fm. That's membership.citycast.fm. All right, on to the show. There is a new Italian restaurant in town, and it is the brainchild and new home for one of Madison's favorite chefs, Giovanni Novella, known for his work at Bar Corleone. At the end of last month, he and his business partner, Evan Akers, just opened Osteria Novella on University Avenue. They are in business, and Chef Giovanni is here with me now. Chef, welcome to CityCast Madison.
Ciao, all. How are you guys doing?
So good. How are you doing? How's it going so far?
It's going great. So we just opened the restaurant about 2 weeks ago, and we're doing it.
I've already visited. I'm absolutely in love. And just as a little, context, until recently, you've been the owner and executive chef of the well-loved food fight restaurant Bar Corleone over in Atwood, which opened back in 2019. And I understand it's inspired by your hometown, Torre del Greco.
So the restaurant is inspired by my hometown. Corleone is a nickname of the people that live in my hometown. So the people there, they're working with coral, mixed sculpture and jewelry. So it's kind of fun, cute nickname. It's kind of, when you call people around you a cheesehead, kind of the same thing. Coralini means it's about coral.
I want some earrings of coral. That sounds really fun. And I mean, you all have made such a splash over at Bar Corleone. You've been recognized multiple times over. You've won awards, including you've been named Madison's favorite chef by Madison Magazine. Now you're moving on to this new endeavor. Tell us, why make this move to start a new restaurant?
So I tell a little bit of my background from when I came to Madison. So I moved in about 10 years ago. I was executive chef at Cento, an Italian restaurant downtown. I was part of the Full Fight restaurant group. It's kind of where I start with the group, the Full Fight team. So I was chef there for about 2 years. Then I moved up to Fresco, another concept of Full Fight.
Is that fresco the one on top of Momoka, the Madison Museum of Contemporary Art?
Yes, that was the one they closed during COVID. While I was Fresco, I was starting, my goal was always to open my own restaurant. I started looking around to open the restaurant, and I decided with the Food Fight group that was going to move to open a restaurant together. So we opened Bar Corallini about 6.5 years ago. And the restaurant is inspired by my hometown, and they give me all freedom to do a menu and just explain myself through my culinary journey around the world. We opened it, and the restaurant is still now is a very successful restaurant. And about 5 months ago, I had this opportunity to open a new restaurant with Evan. So we've been talking about opening this new spot, just us. After working with Full Five for a little bit over 10 years, we felt that we learned so much, not just as the culinary side, also the all the organizational, just how to start a new restaurant. That we just give it a shot, and this opportunity came by, and we started reviews, and we're doing it.
Well, it's very exciting. And I know so many people love Bar Corallini, including me. Like, I felt like it was the place I could go and eat really quality pasta, drink my Aperol spritzes, and like feel like I'm in Italy eating warm olives in style. And there was something about it. The food really, truly, it would always call me back. I was like, this is such quality. It feels so authentic. This is really lovely. And for all of those Bar Corallini fans, I know people are wondering, can you expand a bit on like what's next for that restaurant? It's not going away, right? And what role will you have?
I still own the restaurant with Full Fight, so I'm still involved as I move kind of in a role of consulting. So I'm there a couple hours a week, just make sure that the vision is still there. Still involved in menu change, training the staff, but I kind of step down as the day-to-day operation to more behind the scene, make sure that everything I had in vision when we open is still going strong. So
Wonderful.
they're homemade pasta, homemade pizza. They're fresh made ingredients that we imported from Italy and sourced from local farmer. That's still the core of the restaurant and what's the future hold for the Bar Corallini.
Okay, well, that's, I'm sure, music to many people's ears and very reassuring. That said, there's something new to try out. It is Osteria Novella, which is so good. So tell me more about that restaurant and what's the concept? What are you going for?
So Osteria Novella, so Osteria, let me start first with the name Osteria. Osteria, so in Italian, oste means host. So Osteria usually is a restaurant where the host is very present on the floor. It's kind of like the mastermind behind the whole restaurant. And me and Evan, I figure over the years we kind of mastered that side of the business of be present on the floor, and of course the food is great and the ambience is great, but we also really go above and beyond for our customer. They're gonna come and say hi and be the face of the business.
Yes, big shout out to Evan, because I know I've seen him at Bar Corallini doing just that as well.
Yeah. 5 years ago, he came to work to Bar Corallini, and we kind of fell in love professionally. I love the way he was moving on the floor, and so he moved from bartender to assistant general manager to eventually general manager. Then he took a break from Bar Corallini and went open Il Cervo, a restaurant for Full Fight in Milwaukee. And then after about a year, he came back to Bar Corallini, is when we say, okay, you know what? You saw the new restaurant. I think we're ready to do this new adventure. For many years, I was looking to find the partner to really go and do our own small independent restaurant. And with Evan, he's kind of like a family guy. I always tell him the best part of yourself is your family. So I love his family. So they're great people, and they make me feel that kind of like we all became one big family. And we run a restaurant like one big giant family. I have Evan parents that come and help me out with hanging a picture and painting and all this stuff. So we all together just for one goal.
The best part of Jones' no antibiotics ever all-natural pork or chicken meatballs is how versatile and convenient they are. They're fully cooked and go so well in so many sauces and dishes. They're packed with protein and are free from gluten, dairy, soy, and eggs, and contain no preservatives or additives. Clean ingredients and packed with flavor, they taste amazing. Grab a bag today for an easy weeknight meal. Jones, making mealtime better since 1889. Does this holiday pattern sound familiar? You tell yourself, I'll get thoughtful gifts this season. Panic last minute and then buy a gift card? Yeah, this year I say skip the panic and give an Aura frame. I'm not gonna lie, I'm currently noodling hard on my Secret Santa gift. Why oh why is it so difficult to find a personal gift for the people we love? Well, a digital picture frame that holds unlimited free photos and videos is a pro move. With an Aura frame, you can preload photos to it before it ships, add a personalized message, and then stay connected all year by sharing photos and videos effortlessly from your phone. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code CITYCAST at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code CITYCAST. This deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast, so order yours today to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Hey, Bianca here. I love Madison, and I never feel more connected to it than when I'm out and about at an iconic Madison spot and see my fellow Madisonians just living their best lives. Whether it's while I'm strolling down State Street, dancing on the Monona Terrace rooftop, sitting lakeside and peering out over our gorgeous skyline and parks, I really cherish seeing other Madisonians right there with me, laughing and enjoying our beautiful city together. That feeling of deep connection with the city is why we created the CityCast Madison Neighbors program. Yes, CityCast Madison Neighbors is a way to support this podcast and keep it going, but it's also a way of getting more out of the city you love. When you're a CityCast Madison neighbor, you get an early look at events coming up around town. You get to shout out local nonprofits or businesses you love on the pod, and you get to join us for members-only experiences around the city, like touring the state capitol or grabbing happy hour. It's a deeper way of living in Madison and a way of making local your top priority. Join CityCast Madison Neighbors by going to membership.citycast.fm. That's membership.citycast.fm. And join now so you can get a CityCast Madison beanie. Warm that beautiful head of yours with our swag. So my understanding is that Osteria Novella is it's inspired by the Amalfi Coast. Can you talk a little bit about the menu and the kinds of food that you guys will be looking to serve and are currently serving?
Yeah, so it's a tribute to my family and my heritage. So coming from a small town with Naples and Sorrento, I feel is where the best food in Italy is it. So everything is scratch made. That philosophy of kind of like a bar Corallini, kind of homemade pasta, then homemade mozzarella, the pizza style, kind of combining all these amazing ingredients that I bring in from Italy, combining with the local produce that we have here. Of course, in the summer it's much easier because we have so much more that our farmer grow, and it's easier and more dynamic. The winter is a bit tougher, but we make it work.
Do you have a favorite dish so far?
So one of my favorite, the eggplant fritters. That's my mom recipe.
I had that one. It was great.
Yeah. So it's an eggplant stew that we turn into like a vegetarian, almost like a vegetarian meatballs. Very cheesy with a hint of eggplant in there. There's some mint. And we serve it on top of sun-dried tomato pesto, fresh ricotta, and basil. That's one of my favorite dishes we have on the menu right now. It's an appetizer. But I'm a pasta guy, so heavy pasta on the menu is just my favorite.
Any pasta?
Any pasta, the pasta we do. So for about 6 years at Bar Corallini, I've been running special every day. I'm very creative, guys. I love to do special. I love if I stick to just the menu, my brain just explodes. So I like it to be dynamic and just do different things.
Okay, so your menu in general is chocked full of specials. Like it is a special menu.
Yes.
When I had the pleasure of dining at Osteria Novella, something that I thought was really cool is there was a full menu and then there was a vegetarian menu, which people I was with were very happy about that. Can you talk about the vegetarian options that you offer?
Yeah, we have a vegetarian and vegan menu. So again, when I started Bar Corallini, Food Fight has two more restaurants in the area. So I kind of went to see, inspire a little bit what they sell, what they do, and that's so that the vegan option are very popular. So I took it almost as a challenge. Italian vegan is not really a thing, and somehow I became popular with our vegan menu. So we make our own vegan ricotta, vegan parmesan, and we do a lot of dish that we can make vegan. So this is how it starts. I remember another thing that I was trying to explain to my mom that I was making vegan ricotta, and literally took me a week. She couldn't get it. I said, "Mom, I'm making ricotta." She's like, "Wait, how you make ricotta without milk?" It's like, literally took me a week to have her understand. And then eventually she came to visit and I let her try, and she really loved it. So
And she loved it too. That's very good.
yeah.
What does your mom think of the restaurant?
So she saw Bar Corallini. She came to visit a couple of years ago. So she was really proud of what I do. And now with the new one, she's very stoked. She designed and she saw for us that cushion that are in the restaurant. So she made it
Oh,
there. She shipped it over. When you say it takes a village to make it happen, it really took a village. Like everybody I knew, and even people who live from Italy. So she made the cushion. She shipped it over, and now we have a cushion made for my mom.
well, can you tell me even more about the like decor and choices? Because it's Amalfi Coast styled, right? Like, and what are some of the other touches and things that you've done to create this space and what it looks like?
So the same people that design Bar Corallini, they also design my limoncello bowl. I have a limoncello business, so I bring lemon from Sorrento. Limoncello is a lemon liqueur. So the same people that design Bar Corallini and the limoncello bowl, they also design the Osteria Novella. Art and San is a local firm, amazing people. We started about 6 months ago, and seeing it now, and they really capture that sense of homey, and it really feels like to be home. When I walk in the restaurant, it just feels like I'm walking in a restaurant or walking on my house in Italy. About 2 weeks ago, before we opened, 2 days before we opened, they came in. I didn't know this. They kind of surprised me. They've been talking with my wife. My wife asked for a whole bunch of pictures from my family in Italy. And so I came in about 2 weeks ago, and they put all these pictures of my grandma, my father, my grandfather, all these family picture. And I walking in, and I got really emotional. So I started crying. It was like 10 years I didn't cry, and I could not stop crying. I went in the walk and said, "Everybody out here, I need to cry." So I really kind of I saw this picture, and the restaurant from that moment on, like the restaurant really felt like, I was home. All the stress of building the restaurant, and, dealing with contractor and plumber and all these people that, it was not my strong suit of dealing with all these people. Then all of a sudden, the restaurant became like home, and it kind of gave me that energy to be like, okay, I can do this now. Everything changed that day.
That's so beautiful that they did that. And that's so beautiful, that reaction. And I feel like having that backbone of family, like that is absolutely gorgeous. And I did want to ask Torre del Greco. I understand it's like a little fishing village or where you grew up. Is there any like fish related vibes or any more influences that are on the menu or in the space?
Yeah, so there's a lot of seafood things that we have on the menu, but we're waiting more in the spring and the summer where we can really shine and show off a little bit our skill with the seafood side of things. So I come from again this small village on the coast. My grandfather was a fisherman. My dad was a fisherman. I grew up fishing in the ocean. Like I used to go dive middle of the night with the spear gun and a lamb, diving for octopus.
Oh my God.
I think I love to do it. I was really good at, and that's what I really enjoy. And I was doing almost every day, going middle of the night catching octopus.
And so, folks, I mean, you already said it, which is very exciting. You like daily specials. You like being creative. You like keeping the menu fresh. Will you guys have more of like a seasonal menu, like dependent
Yes.
on what's available? Yeah.
So definitely the plan is to change the menu every couple of months, just to follow the season and follow the my creative side of things. And then eventually, like waiting like a month or two, start doing the daily special and see how the customer really receives that daily new thing that we do it.
This is so fun talking with you and hearing your experiences. And like, because genuinely, the food at Bar Corleone, truly one of my favorites that I've had in Madison. And so now that your magic is expanding, that's an exciting thing. I'll say, being far from Italy, the name stands out. And you probably know this. There's another well-known osteria in town, downtown Osteria Papavero with Chef Francesco
Yeah,
Mangiano.
my good friend Francesco. Yeah.
Yeah, and who we've had on the show. And I had one person in my party accidentally go to Papavero first before getting to Novella with the Osteria. And I was like, I literally said this twice. But have y'all talked, now knowing that there's a new Osteria in town?
Yes, he was in a couple nights ago. We chat, I showed him the restaurant, we're friends, so we're cool.
Yeah. No, I love that. I mean, it's such a beautiful Osteria. It's such a beautiful name. And so if I could ask, how are you hoping or picturing Osteria Novella fitting into the broader Madison food scene?
Because I was so established as a chef, people know me for Bar Coralini. Also, I won for 2 in a row as a best chef in Madison. So my name was associated already with a great restaurant. So it's kind of easy to jump into this new adventure and just be recognized as these are the guys from Bar Coralini. We love Bar Coralini. Let's give it a try. And we are having so far great feedback from people, just loving the food and what we do.
Yeah. You know the name of the game. And it briefly, with the holidays right around the corner, what should folks consider when they're trying to visit Osteria Novella in terms of reservations, party size? What things should they keep in mind?
So we can accommodate larger party up to 15, 20 people. We've been very busy for the moment we open. So it's getting a little hard to get a reservation, especially for big group. But we try to accommodate as much as we can.
Well, before I let you go, what are your highest hopes for Osteria Novella?
Keep going strong, getting acclimated, and really show off all the authentic Italian food that the high standard that we have in our kitchen, and kind of give it that the people the experience that going to a restaurant in Italy, feel like you're in Italy without traveling 15 hours to go there.
Giovanni Novella, thank you, because it's such a boon to have you here and the food that you're making. And it's really exciting, and I appreciate you coming on CityCast Madison to tell us about it and more about your story.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
That's Chef Giovanni Novella, owner and executive chef at Osteria Novella on University Avenue. These Thursday conversations are so fun. Learning the stories of the people who cook us food in this community, I really look forward to them. And I want to shout out you for being a part of the community here at CityCast Madison and for caring about our city. We here are currently in our year-end campaign to help make the show sustainable into the future. Because, candidly, we're not there yet. We're getting there, but no cigar. And the clock is ticking on this campaign. Y'all, the other cities in this network are kicking our butt. We need 40 of you. 40, that's with an F, to sign up today to keep us on track. Y'all, the Packers just beat the Bears, so are we gonna let CityCast Chicago beat us in membership? They are in the lead. And what do you get? This specific campaign, a CityCast Madison beanie, a slick black beanie cap with white letters, CityCast Madison, and this hat might not come again. So if you sign up today, it'll be a proclamation of local pride that you can wear around town, be like, I support local journalism. That's the work that you would be doing to help keep our show and newsletter around. Plus, of course, all of the ongoing member perks like ad-free listening, member-exclusive events to connect with other neighbors and our team, and you can make shout-outs on the podcast and in the newsletter for Madison folks and organizations you want to get a little more shine. It's just $10 a month or $100 a year. Go to membership.citycast.fm. That's membership.citycast.fm to sign up. And y'all, I've got some wonderful new neighbors who just joined, and I want to thank a huge thank you to Shelly T, John A, Wendy C, and Melissa K. And some of you left some heartfelt messages that I'd like to share. Shelly T said, quote, Moved to Madison at the end of March. After visiting several times to take care of my son's dog, I knew, quote, these are my people. We bought a house in Monona, and I want to build community. CityCast Madison seems like a great avenue to add to my involvement with Meetup to make friends and get more involved in my home state, city, and community. Shelly, we'd love to hear that. Welcome. And our neighbor program is the perfect place to do that, to make connections. I can't wait to maybe meet you and other neighbors at our next event. I hope that you will come. And I've got another message from Wendy C., who wrote in when she joined. Wendy caught our recent episode where we talked all about State Street and our memories there and how it's changed and how it's changing, how it's stayed the same. Wendy said this about joining, quote, love the community. I love hearing about all the great places to eat and what you recommend. But today, chatting about State Street made my heart happy. I was lucky to have worked on State Street for 14 years. I worked at the Gap right in the middle of the street. I loved it. Protests, Maxwell Street days, business when the football games were at night, Freak Fest, watching the walk of, this is my favorite, watching the walk of shames the morning after Halloween. The stories from working retail on State Street are so special. State Street wasn't just a place that housed my employment, it also was part of my life. We bought our first house while working down there and started our family. Wendy, oh my God, so much to love in that message. And I literally, the thing that I forgot in the moment on like things you should do, Maxwell Street days. That was like, it slipped my mind when I was like, okay, what are the 3 things? Definitely worked as a temporary worker for multiple Maxwell Street days at Urban Outfitters in college. And the Gap was on my mind, the old Gap on State Street. Y'all, this is an incredible thing to be in community together. And for the CityCast Madison team to get to have these conversations about the pulse of our city, what we love about Madison, what we want to improve, and how to have fun here. So help us out. We are behind our goal, and you can help fix that. Join Shelly, Wendy, Melissa, John, and all of our other incredible neighbors in our membership program. Go to membership.citycast.fm. That's membership.citycast.fm. Again, we need at least 40 of you. 4T, 40 with an F. If you're leaning in, now's the time. That's all for today here on CityCast Madison. I'm your host, Bianca Martin. If you enjoyed this show, why not share this episode with someone who always tells you how much they want to go to Italy or the Mediterranean? Hey, we've got a slice of it here at Osteria Novella. And if you are not already subscribed to our newsletter, head to our website at madison.citycast.fm. We're sending out our holiday local shopping guide tomorrow, Friday, December 12th, with great places for you to shop locally this holiday season. Alrighty, we'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take good care and thanks for listening.